Hey, my name's Raf. Over the past 12 months, our business has done over $5.5 million in revenue. This year, we're looking to do over $30 million, and I'm gonna teach you all the biggest lessons that I've learned over the past 2 years doing e-commerce. So number one is the most important, and it's finding the right product. Now, that sounds pretty cliche, but basically what you need to take into account is what you're going to sell, how much does it weigh, how much are you gonna sell it for, if the product is solid or liquid. That's actually more important than you realize. So for example, with liquid products, it's gonna take a lot more money to get started because there's a liquid surcharge, shipping's more expensive, and therefore your gross margin is on average gonna be lower unless you charge a premium for the product. You also have to take into account total addressable market. Does your product have a big TAM or a small TAM? If you want to go and build a business that does, $50, $100 million in revenue, you got to make sure that your total addressable market allows for you to do this revenue. And then not only that, you also have to take into account if there's other players doing what you want to do. So what I mean by this is, let's say you're selling handbags, for example, and you want to have $1 billion business. Are there other $1 billion businesses selling handbags? And then that will change how likely or how unlikely you are to be able to scale with this product. Again, there's always first movers in the market. So not saying that if there is no $1 billion company in your industry, you can't make $1 billion with it, but at the same time, it is something to take note of. Second biggest lesson, and we learned this the hard way, if you don't have stock, don't scale. Now, pre-sales do work. We have run some successful pre-sales with customers not being too disgruntled. However, oftentimes products get delayed, shipments or production takes longer than anticipated, and then your pre-sale blows out from what's meant to be 4 weeks to 6 weeks to 8 weeks. You can also deal with customs hold, especially if you're shipping from China. These are all things that you need to take into account. And trust me, it's not worth it. Obviously, the money coming in is good, but then the amount of customers it hurts in the long term, it ruins your reputation as a brand. And you want returning customers, it's very important. And when they have a bad experience with the brand once, they're never gonna buy again. It ruins your Facebook feedback score. That's what we've noticed as well. So it's gonna make ads a lot less profitable, and it's gonna be a lot harder to scale on Meta because Facebook will punish you when customers say, no, I haven't received my product. My experience with this brand was horrible. These are all things that you need to take note of. Third thing, and this is the most important, especially when you're going from 0 to $5 million, it's ads. Top of funnel winners on Meta is literally what's gonna dictate how well your business does. So if you're making all the ads yourself, you need to learn constantly every day and just get better and better. Learn from your competitors, learn from people in different niches who are doing really good things, learn from agency owners. You don't necessarily have to hire an agency, but a lot of them post good content. Try and hop on call with as many people as you can just to gain as much information so you can make the best ads possible, because how good your ads are will dictate how well you can scale. So the difference between a brand doing 60K a month versus 600K a month is literally skill gap. Fourth thing is to make sure you use AI. Depends on what side of the internet you come from, whether they're talking positively or negatively about AI, but AI can be one of the biggest unlocks for your business. It can help you do so many more tasks more efficiently, especially with Claude Code and the way Claude is now. You can get a Mac Mini and you can get to do all these little tasks for you that you could just be bogged down wasting your time on. Fifth thing is more volume. Now, when I was starting out, we'd be worried about, if we upload too many ads, is it gonna dilute everything and is it gonna ruin performance and stuff like that, which can be somewhat true, but the volume and doing more volume of everything and working more on landing pages or emails or ads or whatever you're trying to get good at, it's not just about so you can have the volume in the ad account, but it's actually more so about you just getting better, right? If you write 5 ads a week versus 10 ads a week, the person who writes 10 ads a week to the best of their ability is going to do way better than the person who writes 5 ads a week. Now, this is more when you're starting out because you're gonna have a lower hit rate and you're just gonna need more chances, more swings so you can find what works. But it's more so just to get better. Once you get really good, then you can worry about, decreasing the volume and really focusing more on each individual script. But as long as you're not doing junk volume and just doing volume for the sake of it, you are gonna get better at all these skills. And again, the biggest reason you're probably not able to scale is probably because you're just not skilled enough. So again, more volume of everything. The more volume you do, the more work, the more time you put in, it's gonna make it impossible to fail. skill, and then it's just gonna build your skills that you're gonna have for the rest of your life. Sixth thing, and this ties into honing in your skills, but it's to keep learning. Now, some people, if you're doing, let's say 300K a month and this other guy's doing 100K a month, and you might think, oh, I'm not gonna get any information from him. You can actually always learn something from everyone, because there's probably something that he's doing in his business that you could do for your business and could help you massively. Also, another thing I highly suggest for everyone, if you're not already, get on X or Twitter, or whatever you want to call it. There is so much knowledge. It's where all the smartest people in the world just come to hang out and just drop their thoughts. And there's so much knowledge that you can get completely from free from some people who are doing billions of dollars in revenue. Very, very smart people. So utilize that. Also, what really unlocked things for us was getting some mentorship. So we've probably spent over 50 grand on mentorship from various people, just because we wanted to get as much knowledge as we can. And I know a lot of people say that, mentorship and stuff like that's a scam. Some courses are a scam, but there's always something to learn, especially from people who are actually doing the numbers and who have real businesses. It's very fruitful. Seventh thing is that retention is so important. If you've started a business, or if you're thinking of starting a business, make sure that you have a good product that people want to come back and keep buying. Now, we work in consumable goods, so it runs out, people are going to buy more. We have subscriptions and those sorts of things set up. I'd highly suggest doing a business like that. Subscriptions have been a major unlock for our business. It's how, if Meta sucks for a month or even 2 months and we're underperforming, we're still banking in heaps of profit because we've got the subscriptions stacked up from months and months of ads. But if you're doing like clothing or something like that doesn't necessarily run out or doesn't break, you're gonna have to be doing new drops and those sorts of things. But if you have good quality product, even if it's not a consumable, customers are still going to come back, and then you're going to be able to get so much more profit, whether you're getting them from emails or SMS or whatever retention methods you're using. It's super, super, super important. We operated our brand probably like 6 months or so without subscriptions, and it really hurt us. If we had the subscriptions coming in, it would have helped us a lot. I don't know why we got on it so late, but again, anyone starting out, I don't care if you haven't even launched your brand yet, make sure subscriptions is a major focus, or just retention in general. Eighth thing is you've always got to be ready, and you've got to be ready to adapt. Now, things come up. When you own a business, things are always going to come up. There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be a new trend that you have to hop on. So your business has to be able to shift and pivot very quickly. For example, there might be a new ad format that's absolutely ripping for people. You need to be able to go make the ads and get them live in a short period of time while the trend's still hot, while that format is still trending. So then you can hop on the wave and capitalize on it. Because if it takes you, 3 weeks or a month to get onto that format, everyone's probably already rinsed it already. All your competitors have adapted way quicker than you have. And then you're just gonna be way behind, and you're not gonna get the true fruits of those ads. You've also just got to be ready for problems to come up, whether it's with logistics or, other things with employees that you have. Anything, problems can come up, people can have issues, employees might get sick, employees might quit. You've just got to be ready. Suppliers might scam you, suppliers might delay their stock or do something really shifty. You got to be ready. You got to have backups ready. You got to have the systems in place where it's like, okay, I can go find and replace this employee quickly, or I have someone who can take over their job in the meantime and do a somewhat similar job while I find someone who's probably even better than the employee I already had. So don't waste your time. Don't go around, being degenerate. I was like that back in the day as well. But again, you just got to be ready, because if you're sitting around like you're high on drugs or doing whatever, right, you're just not going to be able to fully adapt and not fully be able to deal with these problems, right? Half of business, or most of business actually, is just solving problems. Lesson number 9 is that you just have to go all in. There's no point doing things halfway. If you've got a business, you got a dream, you got to go and chase it. You only live once. It doesn't matter if you're young or if you're older. People are going to look at you, people are going to say you're crazy, people are going to tell you not to do it, but you just tell them, look, I'm young, or I have a dream. People are gonna try and bog you down just because they had dreams and they didn't get to achieve them and stuff like that. Don't listen to them. If you have a dream, you gotta chase it, right? You've got all the rest of your life to go play it safe or whatever, but if you're seeing this video, you gotta chase your dream now. And even if you fail a couple times, you just gotta keep going. Go all in and keep going. Sometimes the business isn't gonna be great off rip, right? Sometimes you're gonna have problems. You're gonna think that the business is gonna go under. All these things are gonna happen, but you keep going, you go all in and you don't quit. Honestly, probably the most important lesson. Everything else that I said previously is very important, but going all in and the mindset of it is just the most important thing. And that's really what's going to take you to the next level. It's what's going to keep you going when you're down and just pick you up when you fall. It's not about falling, right? Sometimes you're going to fall, you might fall down, 5 times, 7 times. Doesn't matter if you fall, if you get up, that's all that matters. And you get up and you make yourself better for it, right? Same thing when you go to the gym, right? You tear your muscles and then they repair themselves and they build stronger. That's what's going to happen to you with business. 10th thing is that you just don't need to reinvent the wheel. Now, when people are thinking of starting their own business or starting a new product or anything like that, they think, oh, I need to start a product that no one else has thought of, there's no competition, and I'm going to be first to the market. Being first to the market is very good and it can help you, but at the end of the day, it's much better and you're probably going to have more luck choosing a proven concept. For example, you want to sell hydration patches and people say, oh, well, there's all these other brands that sell hydration patches. True, but that shows you that there's a market for it. So you don't even have to worry and try and figure out if there's a market for your product. You know there is. You just need to be able to advertise, market it in a way that makes people actually want to buy. And maybe you have to have a point of difference when it comes to the marketing aspects of things, but the product can be the same as someone else. It doesn't really matter. It's about how you sell it to people and if people want the product. If there's no demand for your product and you're trying to create something new that has no demand for it, you're going to have a lot harder time than trying to sell something that people already have demand for. So yeah, and this is the thing, even when it was starting out, this guy told me, he's like, oh bro, there's no market gap for your product, right? Someone literally said that to me, right? And this was back when we were starting out, we'd only done probably like $20,000 in revenue. She's like, there's no market gap for your product. What's different? I'm just gonna buy it from this other brand. And I laughed at him at the time because I knew, but now the business has done over $5.5 million in revenue. It's gonna do $30 million this year. And there obviously is demand for the product. And there was a gap in the market somewhat for the way that we advertise it, right? But our product isn't vastly different to anything else in the market. It's a product that people buy every day and everyone already had the product that we're selling, but now we're just advertising in a different way. We make the product better than our competitors and then now people want to buy it. So yeah, these are the 10 most important lessons that I've learned in business. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've learned something. This is everything that I've learned. I'll be dropping more videos on my channel outlining a little bit more about what I've learned. I hope you all have a good day.